Hi, welcome to Reddit Tea Time. Me, 32 female, and my husband, 34 male, have been together for the past 9 years. We have 2 kids, an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. For Mother's Day, all I wanted was a free day. I wanted my husband to take the kids out somewhere for the day so I could be home alone and relax. Instead, he got me and the kids tickets to have a fun day out. And it was fun. And the kids and I had a good time. But it irked me that he gave me the exact opposite of what I'd asked for. For Father's Day, my husband also wanted a free day so he could stay home and game all day. He games all the time with his friends. He'll get home from work, maybe spend the time between then and dinner with the kids, before going up to his office to game for a few hours with friends. Instead, I got him and the kids cards for an arcade an hour away with tons of tokens. I gave him the cards during dinner on Saturday so he and the kids could leave early and spend all day playing with them. I got my free day, and he and the kids got to make lots of memories together. He and I got into a fight when the kids went to bed. He was angry that I ignored what he wanted for Father's Day. I was angry he didn't see that he had done the same thing to me on Mother's Day. He's been ignoring me since and won't accept my apologies. Edit. Some people are thinking that me, my husband, and our kids went out for Mother's Day. We didn't. I took the kids for a day out while he played video games all day with his friends. Edit. I can't believe I have to say this. I do not hate, resent, or in any other way dislike my children. My point was not that going on a day out with them is terrible and I hate it. My point was that it really sucks asking for one thing and being given the opposite. Now for some comments. Based on your edit, sounds like you each got your gifts just on the other's holiday. If you really can't see how these things are the same, I suggest you speak in smaller words and try again. Because damn, he's being deliberately obtuse. There's no way he didn't know what he was doing when he set up a day with you and the kids on Mother's Day without him around. Or I guess maybe he's legitimately insane. I feel crazy reading these comments accusing you of resenting your kids or being a bad wife for getting petty. Like, yeah, it was petty. People get petty when they're mistreated and taken advantage of. And now he's lying to you, saying it's not the same and not what he was trying to do? Please. Any husband with half a brain knows that Mother's Day is a holiday the father or husband participates in actively. Not just planning or buying, but is present with you, with the kids, trying to give you time off. It's what he wanted for Father's Day. He knew it was what you wanted for Mother's Day. Yeah, it was petty. I would be petty too if my partner got me an obligation and got themselves a day of rest. You two need to talk it out, but he needs to own up to what he did. Make up what to him? You got him basically what he got you. He got his free day on Mother's Day. You got your free day on Father's Day. You're even. What are you apologizing for? He got mad when you pulled a him on him. Please keep the blaming game to a minimum about how I, 38 female, have neglected my husband, 41 male, etc. About 4 weeks ago, my husband left his phone on his charger while at the gym, and I saw that he got a text from Steven with spicy emojis. I froze but decided to look. Steven was a girl that he saved under a guy's name. She lives in his hometown. They had started talking 2 weeks before I saw the messages, and it was mostly about their hometown and people they knew in common, but also about being married for long like my husband and I, and how life changed. And he felt that he was falling down my priority list for each year, and how new things were taking more and more priority in my life. I felt like I was going to die of heartache. This is so not true and not fair. I've always loved him, and my love grew more each day, and he knows this. In fact, this is one of the things we tell each other. But we've had 2 children. I finished school and started a new demanding job. It has taken time from me, and on top of that, I have battled depression and weight issues. So I admit that our sex life has suffered, but it was never like he made it sound. Because I didn't want him or wasn't attracted to him anymore, but because I wasn't comfortable in my skin. I wasn't attracted to myself. We still have sex, but it's nothing compared to how we were. I didn't tell my husband anything and didn't confront him. I just kept following his conversation with her. They have flirted and talked about sex. What he liked, what she liked, and they decided to have sex when he visited his hometown. My husband made it clear that he loved me, his wife, and children and wasn't interested in anything else but sex because he was tired of always begging for sex from me and me giving it to him like it's a chore. This is how he feels, and I won't dismiss his feelings, but he is never a chore. I just don't feel hot or sexy to do anything but missionary or doggy, and I have a hard time getting there because I can't relax with this severe self-awareness. 3 weeks ago, my husband was going back home to visit. One of his best friends turned 40 and was having a party. This is something I knew of before I found out about Steven. I wasn't going to go with him because I couldn't take the days off work. That girl was invited to the party too. I've watched my husband and her deciding on meeting after the party for sex. I asked my parents to watch our kids for that weekend and took a train later than my husband, and I showed up to the party. I couldn't read my husband's face if he was surprised in a good way or disappointed. His friends were happy to see me. During the evening, my husband seemed more happy than not that I showed up. He asked me why I didn't tell him, and I said because I wanted to surprise him. I also told him that I've booked a hotel room because I wanted to do things I wouldn't be able to if we stayed at my in-laws where we usually stayed when visiting. We had sex all night and mostly it was wonderful, but for the little intrusive thought in my head wondering if he was enjoying me or wishing it was her. The next morning, we went back home and my husband has been acting differently, saying that he loved the surprise and how he thought it was hot. I've watched his phone, and he has stopped texting Steven and has left her texts on read. I should have been happy now. I saved my relationship and my family from ruin, but why am I not happy? It feels like he still cheated on me. He's very loving now and our sex life is on its way up and he seems content and I'm content too. I realized how much I miss sex in general and with him in particular. So why does it still feel awful like he cheated? Like I was playing a game and I've conquered one level, but now maybe I'll need to conquer the next level. I want a divorce, but who will side with me? Now for some comments before a brief update from OP. You feel this way because he did still cheat on you. He sought out another woman, planned things with another woman. That's 100% cheating. OP replied, "That's how I feel." OP wrote, "I should have been happy now. I saved my relationship and my family from ruin, but why am I not happy? It feels like he still cheated on me." You didn't save anything. Your husband was cheating on you by sexting with this woman. He will do it again. First of all, no matter what problems you're having in your marriage, it is not best to go outside of the marriage to solve the problem. The problem needs to be handled with communication between partners. I think you should disclose what you found on his phone. If not, you would be lying to him by omission, and I don't think that's helpful for your marriage either. Explain to him your feelings, what you've been going through, and how when you saw those things on his phone, you became desperate to fix the problem. But next time you want to solve the problems together. He did cheat on you. He divulged intimate details about your marriage and his sex preferences with another woman. He planned to physically cheat on you the first opportunity he had. He cheated, babe, which is why you're feeling the way you're feeling. I would suggest calmly letting him know that you found his messages. If you want to continue to save your marriage, you need to be upfront and honest and seek couples therapy. What happens when life gets in the way and he may feel he's being neglected again? Are you always going to be wondering if he's cheating on you or seeking validation elsewhere? You can't continue to have a successful marriage if there's deceit creating a huge chasm between you two. I hope you and him can work everything out. Best of luck. In a brief update, OP said, "Thank you all for the comments. I haven't slept at all last night thinking about my situation. I realized that I haven't really slept since I found out about Steven. It's just been one long nightmare and I don't think I can handle it anymore. Something has broken inside of me and I can't mend it. Cheating has always been my boundary. It's something I know I can't get over. My problem was that he didn't physically cheat, so I've been confused about my feelings. But now I know that for men, what he did was cheating. I know I've neglected my husband and let my personal issues affect him and our marriage, and I will regret it forever. But his way of handling things was wrong. You don't do that to your wife that you say you love. I have decided on divorce. I won't bring Steven up because it doesn't matter anymore. We just don't have our needs met in this relationship. I have my children to think about, and I don't want them to be disappointed in their father, or in me for that matter." So this is a tricky one. My best friend and his wife had a baby 6 months ago, and because I, male 35, do shift work, and his wife, female 30, is on maternity leave, she's been coming to my flat with the baby to hang out whilst he's at work. This in itself isn't strange. We've all known each other for years and we get on well. The strange thing is that when she's at my flat and it's just us, she takes her top completely off to breastfeed. The first time she did it, I said that I'd give her some privacy, but she insisted she's going to be feeding the baby on and off all day and it's fine. Now, I don't have an issue at all with her breastfeeding in front of me. It's natural and the baby has got to eat, but it seems strange that she's revealing so much when she does so. Also, at the weekends if my friend is there, she's a lot more discreet, only lifting her top up as much as necessary, or even sometimes covering herself with a muslin. If it's innocent, I don't want to say anything to her and make her feel uncomfortable. She should be able to feed the baby anywhere. And I also don't want to say anything to my friend and risk causing drama when there might be no need. Now for some comments. It's weird that she would take the top off completely for you, but not when her husband is there. If I were you, I would just stay out of her way completely. I don't know why she's going to your house so much. I mean, it's weird that she doesn't do that when the husband is around and only does it when you're alone, that's for sure. Also, how often does she hang out alone with you? Because most new mothers I know barely have it in them to leave the house during the first few weeks. The biggest red flag here is her being more discreet when her husband is there than when he isn't. If anything, it should be the opposite way. If she's doing this, then she knows it'll cause issues with her husband if he were to see it. How do you not feel this is inappropriate to your friend? My boyfriend, 23 male, has a sister who just recently got engaged. Me, 23 female, being happy for his sister, just thought of bringing up a question about our future. By the way, we're already 5 years in our relationship. I asked him if he sees me being married to him or if he has ever thought about spending his future with me. Upon asking that question, he was quick to dismiss the topic and says he doesn't want to think about it right now. I told him it was just hypothetical and asked him if he just ever wondered about it. He got slightly pissed off by me asking those questions and I just got really sad. I wondered why he had to get pissed off about it. On my part, I believe in dating to marry. I really love him, so I see him as being a part of my future. And by his reaction, it just made me think that he doesn't even see me the same way. It made me think that he doesn't even plan on marrying me in the future. Should I open up about this topic again to him or should I just keep quiet? Now for some comments. What would keeping quiet about your own future get you? Ask him if his reaction is because he's being stressed by his family with exactly the same question. If not, call him out for being an idiot and tell him your question is a legitimate topic of discussion, not to be brushed off. But understand, this discussion might end the relationship if he has no desire to be married and you do. OP said, actually his only reason is that we're still too young. Keeping quiet won't do anything. You need to know if you're wasting your time. Tell him how you feel, and if he isn't dating to marry, then you guys aren't compatible. OP replied, yes, I know I should talk about this with him again and I will. Thank you. OP wrote, it just made me think that he doesn't even see me the same way. It made me think that he doesn't even plan on marrying me in the future. Correct. You know what you want for your life, and now you know what he wants, even if he's refusing to say it out loud. Do you want to spend 5 more years with someone who doesn't want to marry you and won't communicate clearly about his wishes? Or do you want to look for someone who will love you as much as you love him? Life is short and time is precious. You've got to decide how you want to spend it. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. If you liked this story and you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate you spending your valuable time with me. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next Reddit story. In the meantime, please take care of yourself. Bye for now.